she was standing here with me right now, would tell you that it was her. That was her mistake. How dare you?
They always trying to blame it on some people, bro. I hate that shit so bad, bro. That shit gets on my damn nerves. They always, nah, it's the animal fault. Yo, what's good? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kwan CB. I'm back with another motherfucking reaction video. You know what I'm saying? Today's one I'm going to be reacting to 9 more pieces of dark and disturbing lost media. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Man. I saw this on my recommendation. I was like, oh, let me react to this. Let me react to this and see what it's about. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, y'all know that what they show in the media is what they show what they want to show on the media, man. Cause you don't believe everything that you see on the media nowadays, cause it can be live and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, if you like to give a thumbs up and don't give a thumbs down, you know why? We don't care just too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's get straight into this video, y'all. Let's get it. Move this book. All right, let's get it. Full screen. Let's go. Warning. Wow, the video contains no graphic.
A while back, I made a video going through 5 pieces of disturbing lost media that were listed under the Not Safe for Life category on the Lost Media Wiki. That video did really well, so I decided to dive into the NSFL page once again, as I barely even scratched the surface of this particular lost media rabbit hole. I should warn you all that this content may be disturbing to some viewers, so if you're squeamish, I advise you to click off of this video now. For those of you who've stayed, this is 9 more pieces of dark and disturbing lost media. Aaronlston's Blue John Canyon incident.
My name's Aaronlston. My parents are Don and Larry Ralston of Englewood, Colorado. Whoever finds this, please make an attempt to get them.
Did he lost his leg or something? I think I heard about this.
I would appreciate it.
Aaronlston is an American medical engineer and motivational speaker born in 1976. After working as an engineer for the Intel Corporation for 5 years, he quit after developing a love for mountaineering and moved to Colorado to pursue a full-time career in this field. On April 26, 2003, the then 26-year-old Ralston was scaling the Blue John Canyon in southeastern Utah. While climbing down a slot canyon, a boulder that he was using to support his weight became dislodged and pinned his right hand against the canyon wall. Despite his best efforts,
I knew something happened to a body part. I remember. I think it was his leg or his arm. It was something. I remember hearing about the story when I was little. Let's watch the video.
Free his arm, and because he hadn't informed anyone that he would be climbing the canyon, he knew nobody would come looking for him. Over the next few days, Ralston was forced to ration his food supply, which consisted of 350 milliliters of water and 2 burritos, and eventually had to resort to drinking his own urine. During the course of the event, Ralston created a video diary for his friends and family, as he believed he was going to die. After failing to chip away at the boulder with a knife, Ralston decided that he would attempt to amputate his forearm. This proved difficult, however, as the knife could not break through the bone. After 5 days, Ralston carved his name and the date he predicted he would die onto the wall, and he recorded his last goodbyes to his family. The next day, however, he managed to break his arm using the torque against it. He then managed to amputate his arm using a tourniquet to stop the blood flow.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to be free, man. He sacrificed his arm to become man, to get free, man. Look, if he would never, if he just sat there and gave up, he would have died right there. Nobody would never find his ass ever again. He would have been missing. That shit crazy, bro. But he had the ambition to get the fuck up out of there, bro. Like he said, fuck this arm. I get a new one. You know what I'm saying? Man, that shit crazy. That's the video.
And a multi-tool to cut through the muscle tissue and a nerve.
And so I slammed my body against the opposite wall. I grabbed the backside of the boulder and even got my feet up to where I was standing halfway up the wall and grabbing the backside of the rock and humping my body over it until finally that
I know he was in pain.
Snapped. But I knew that was the hard part. And
it was only a few more moments of work after that.
And then, boom. And I wasn't
see that arm?
Anymore, and I fell down like this, and I was free.
You were reborn.
Man.
It was
For real, he was definitely reborn.
the happiest moment for my wife.
Man.
It's funny to think about it being. There will never be a more powerful experience.
Man.
For me.
For real.
After freeing himself, Ralston rappelled one-handed down the canyon. While attempting to hike back to his car, he encountered a family on vacation from the Netherlands who gave him food and water and alerted the authorities. A helicopter search party happened to pass overhead moments later and picked him up. Ralston was asked in an interview if he would ever make his footage public, and while he understood the intrigue
that's a
and interest
testimony
behind the concept, he politely declined, stating that it was a private, personal video made for his family and friends, and that he intended for it to remain that way. Despite this, one video clip has been released, as well as a compilation of audio snippets taken from different sections of the tape.
I've been putting a lot of effort into staying warm. I have very, very little water. My body's having difficulty controlling its temperature. Deep stuff.
Man.
It's pretty much suicide. It's 4 hours from here to my vehicle.
Damn.
It would probably be impossible with one hand. The blood loss and my dehydration, I think, are ruling that out. I think I would die if I cut my arm. I don't know what it is about me.
But you know, sometimes your mind can play tricks on you, bro. Sometimes your mind, when you're in a situation like that, you supposed to have nothing but positive thoughts, for real, for real. If you let those negative thoughts control you, man, it's man, your mind could, man, your mind is a strong thing, man. It's a good thing that he had a strong mind that stayed positive through this whole experience, bro. Man, if he would have kept that same thought, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, he would have sat right there, he would have just gave up on himself and just died right there, bro. Man, but he had faith in this, bro. This shit is crazy. Let's watch the video.
It's brought me to this, but God, looking for adventure and risk, so I can feel alive. And I tell someone where I'm going, and it's just dumb.
Man.
I can't stop thinking about good grapefruit juice, or margarita, or an OJ, or a popsicle. All these great things that I love.
His body is feeding for something. I know the feeling. When my mouth be dry.
In 2010, a movie titled 127 Hours, named after the amount of time that Ralston spent trapped in the canyon, was released by James Franco. To prepare for the role, Franco and the film's producers were allowed to view the home video footage that Ralston had recorded, and parts of the film's transcript were taken directly from Ralston's video. While I, and I'm sure many others, would like Aaron to make the footage public, I respect his decision to keep it private, as it was obviously a very harrowing experience for him, and the story of his survival should be enough.
Man. Testimony.
The Cannibal Holocaust Piranha Scene.
Ooh.
Cannibal Holocaust is a 1980 Italian exploitation horror film.
That's what a lot of girls say these days, piranhas.
The film tells the story of a missing documentary crew that was filming cannibal tribes in the Amazon. New York University anthropologist Harold Monroe is sent on an expedition to track down the missing crew. He manages to recover the film crew's lost cans of film, which an American broadcast station wishes to broadcast.
They get their ass
ate
up.
Film reels, Monroe is appalled by the disturbing actions of the film crew and urges the station not to broadcast the documentary.
Things like this happen all the time in the jungle. It's survival of the fittest. In the jungle, it's the daily violence of the strong overcoming the weak.
At the time of the film's release, the found footage genre didn't really exist yet, so it was groundbreaking and is believed to have influenced the found footage movies that came years later, most notably the Blair Witch Project. Cannibal Holocaust caused a great deal of controversy, not only due to its graphic violence, but also due to on-screen killings of live animals and snuff film allegations that led to Deodato being charged with murder, until he was able to prove the stars of the movie were indeed alive. The film was banned in Italy, Australia, Norway, and many other countries due to its content, though some bans have since been lifted. Among the many gruesome scenes in the film, another one was scripted that is commonly dubbed the Piranha Scene. In this scene, a single Shamatari warrior injured in battle was to have his leg amputated by warriors of the Yanomamo tribe. The tribe would then tie the Shamatari warrior to a log and lower him into the piranha-infested waters, slowly being eaten alive by the fearsome fish. Filming for the scene did commence but was never completed Due to the piranhas being difficult to control and the film crew's underwater camera was malfunctioning and only production stills exist, it was rumoured that the scene was included in several obscure foreign video releases, but this was proven to be false. The whereabouts of the surviving footage, if any, is unknown.
So this shit happened in real life.
I want this material burned. All of it.
The Columbine Basement Tapes. On April 20th, 1999, Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, who were attending Columbine High School, shot and killed 14 students and a teacher before turning the guns at themselves.
Y'all know y'all be the white people that shooting up schools and shit. But we the thugs and shit. Come on now. Let's watch this video.
The incident was dubbed the Columbine Massacre. In December 1999, Time magazine reporter
Face
Tim
like a
Roach
fucking foot.
was given access to 5 videotapes recorded by the murderers that investigators.
Look, they look evil.
Roach published an article for Times on the tapes.
They look
December
evil.
20th, soon after viewing them,
Sociopaths.
dubbing them the basement tapes.
They had no
Not
guys.
long after the article's publication, furious family members of the deceased threatened to sue Jefferson County, considering the fact that not even they had been given access to the recordings. They came to an agreement, with Jefferson County quickly screening the tapes for them and then putting them in a vault indefinitely. However, in February 2015, word surfaced that the unreleased tapes had been approved for destruction by Sheriff Ted Mink of Jefferson County, Colorado in 2011. When an unknown party filed an open records request to view the unreleased tapes, they received a notice that the Sheriff's Office no longer had any documents in its possession responsive to their request. Afterward, a spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office confirmed that the tapes had been destroyed and that no copies are known to exist at all, meaning that the tapes would be lost forever if true. Over an hour's worth of footage made for a class project filmed by the two has surfaced in the years since. The two most notable pieces of footage are Rampart Range, which shows them at the shooting range with their friends using firearms, and the second is a student film they made called Hitmen for Hire, where they acted as bodyguards for people who were being bullied. However, once again, the things they say in this video definitely foreshadow what they would do several months later. Rampart Range is completely banned from YouTube due to it violating YouTube's policy.
So they did that shit. That's because somebody was getting bullied. So they ended up shooting up the whole school. That's what I'm getting from it. But this shit's crazy. Let's watch this video.
Violence, but is available on Dailymotion. Hitmen for Hire, however, is available on YouTube. As for the basement tapes themselves, as stated previously, it seems very unlikely that they will ever be released to the public. The Japanese Cannibal Audio. In the summer of 1981, Issei Sagawa, a Japanese student studying abroad in France, invited classmate Renee Hardbell to his apartment for dinner and to study poetry. What culminated was Sagawa's intention to kill Hardbell and consume her flesh. Sagawa claims that he'd had cannibalistic desires ever since he was a child after seeing someone else's thigh. In 1977, at the age of 27, Sagawa moved to France.
He had a weird ass fetish. That's a weird ass fetish. You saw her thigh and you want to eat it? What the hell? What's the video?
To a PhD in literature at the Sorbonne in Paris. On June 11, 1981, Sagawa, then 32, invited his classmate Renee Hardbelt, a Dutch woman, to dinner under the pretext of translating poetry for a school assignment. While Hardbell was reading a Jones Robert Becher poem about death, he shot her with a rifle. Using an electric knife, he started taking more than several kilos of meat from her body. He consumed her flesh during the next 3 days, cooking several meals and performing depraved acts with her corpse, before finally getting rid of the body. Sagawa recorded the entire incident on tape.
That's some crazy,
including
gruesome
Hardbell's last
shit.
words and the actual shot that was fired. He also shot a total of 39 photographs showing several stagings he made with the corpse.
He looked
Trying
crazy.
to make her body disappear, Sagawa eventually made a mistake by losing one of the suitcases containing her body parts in a public garden. The police later found the suitcase and arrested the man who was to be called the Japanese Cannibal by the newspapers. The rest of Hartfeld's body,
crazy.
the
He
rifle,
looked like he
the photos,
do shit
and
like
the tape
that.
recorder, as well as several other pieces of evidence, were found in his apartment. Sagawa's wealthy father provided a lawyer for his defense, and after being held for 2 years awaiting trial, Sagawa was found legally insane and unfit to stand trial by the French judge. who ordered him held indefinitely in a mental institution. After a visit by the author Inuhiko Yamota, Sagawa's account of his kill was published in Japan under the title In the Fog. After being deported back to Japan, psychologists determined that he was legally sane and that perversion was the reason behind the murder. Due to the charges against him being dropped in France, the Japanese authorities were unable to sentence him, and he's remained free ever since.
He's smart though. He's smart. He hit that girl body. When I say Chinese people, Japanese people, Asian people, they smart as fuck. They're not getting away with murder and shit. They some smart motherfuckers. I was about to say, I was like, they trying to find an excuse to get him free. That's all I was thinking about until I heard that last part. But they smart. They smart as hell.
Years since the murder, Sagawa has somehow become something of a celebrity in Japan. He's appeared in movies, published books, and has even written restaurant reviews for the magazine Spa. In 2013, he suffered a cerebral infraction, which permanently damaged his nervous system. He's since said that he regrets what he did in 1981. The audio of the murder...
That's what I said. Karma, I think that karma's gonna get you no matter what. How long it'll take. Karma gonna get your ass. Y'all heard what the man that said he instantly regretted what he did in 1981. He thought he was gonna get all this praise and stuff. You can't get away from karma. Cause karma gonna bite you in your ass. It's gonna hit you so fucking hard. I don't even feel bad. That's why this video.
Investigated by the French authorities and to this day has never been released. Images from the crime scene have been released, and after having seen them, I strongly suggest that you don't go looking for them unless you have a very strong stomach, as they are extremely graphic. Noah's Ark, the complete cut. Noah's Ark is a 1928 early talkie film based on the famous Bible story. The film is best known for its flood scene, which reportedly drowned 3 actors, critically injured another, and almost claimed the life of a 19-year-old John Wayne, who was cast as an extra in the scene. The actors can clip...
Somebody about to get locked up. No, stop being notes. That's this video.
Be seen struggling to stay alive in the large amount of water used for the scene, and this film is responsible for putting forth stricter safety regulations on stunt scenes. In the footage you're seeing here, these people are not acting. They are legitimately frightened for their lives. When the film premiered in New York, it was 135 minutes in length. The film received harsh criticism for its poor sound quality and the aforementioned flood scene. For the wide release version, 35 minutes were cut to correct those criticisms. The longer version of the flood scene was apparently even more unsettling and even contained shots of the actors who were drowning. The 100-minute version is the only cut of the film that survives. The original premiere version hasn't been seen since its first showing in New York, leaving the aforementioned 35 minutes lost. If this footage does still exist, it's most likely being kept in the New York Film Archive and is unlikely to be released due to the on-screen...
They still got that shit. They still got that shit, but damn, some motherfuckers actually be down on set and shit, bro. That shit be crazy as hell. That's why this video.
Deaths.
Damn.
The Skyway Man. The Skyway Man is a 1920 documentary film about stunt flights produced by Fox Film Corporation. The film is mostly known both for its breathtaking stunts as well as the uncut footage of the crash that claimed the lives of Omar Locklear and Milton Elliott. On the night of August 2nd, 1920, one stunt was being filmed using the floodlights to help guide the pilots. The 2 pilots were operating a biplane and instructed the crew members to shut off the lights when they were getting ready to get close to the ground. They had flares attached to the wings to give the plane the illusion that they were on fire. The plane was to simulate a crash on the ground. The crew, however, neglected the directions to turn off the floodlights. Blinded by the glare of the lights, the pilots had no idea the ground was closer to them than they thought, and the plane crashed, killing both instantly. Locklear's girlfriend, Viola Dana, was on set and witnessed the crash. This scene and its aftermath, including Dana's horrified reaction, was left in the film, making it one of the first films to feature the on-screen deaths of its members.
That's why I would never get on no fucking plane. I won't be no stunt double for nothing. We make sure everything is good before I do something, bro. Hell no, I ain't doing hell no, bro. He died from an accident that could have been prevented.
shocked audiences worldwide. No footage of the film is known to exist, but some production stills, ads, and photos of the crash have survived.
Damn.
The death of Steve Irwin.
Oh man, Joe, I used to love this man when I was a little kid, bro. I was so devastated when I heard that he died, bro. Nah, man, I was so devastated, man. I was so devastated when, man, the Animal Hunter, the Crocodile Hunter. Man, I miss him so much, bro.
G'day and welcome to the primitive island of New Guinea. On this mission, I'm going to take you from the mangroves all the way across the swamplands, up a river, into the rainforest, and right up into the mysterious jungles in the clouds.
If you grew up in the 90s and early 2000s,
Hell yeah.
it's likely you know who Steve Irwin is.
Hell yeah.
Steve Irwin is, of course, better known as the Crocodile Hunter, thanks to his documentary series of the same name, which ran from 1996 to 2007 and achieved worldwide acclaim, mostly due to Irwin's daredevil presenting style.
I don't know. I feel like somebody killed him, bro. I always feel like that somebody, his death always didn't sit right with me, bro. I feel like I feel like he got killed too. Not by no stingray. Everybody say he got killed by a stingray. I don't believe that bull crap. I feel like something deep in somebody killed him, man. That's the video.
Put himself into incredibly risky situations to capture footage of numerous dangerous animals.
If I can get it on the ground, on a flat level ground, I've got a good chance.
I used to love watching him when I was little.
It means business. Its mouth open. This must be pretty typical. The Egyptian cobra. You're all right, mate. You're all right. You're all right, buddy. You're all right. You're okay.
He's dragging the shit out that damn python.
I never quite realised that these two giant goannas saw me as a food source. And as I approached, unknowingly, they just struck straight at me, going for my calf muscles, trying to pull them out. Their teeth are like razors.
But them things is dangerous, boy.
I bleed out and be dead in an instant. The smell of blood would send other dragons into a frenzy, and they come from everywhere. Holy smokes, that was too close. Crocodiles attack so hard and fast from the water's edge that their prey doesn't get enough time to squeak after they've been hit. Whack! Grabs my hand back into the water so quick that my backup couldn't do a thing about it. His teeth penetrated straight through my hand. A dangerous mistake that I'll never make again. It's quick.
He could have got his ass killed right there.
He also ran the Australia Zoo with his wife Terry, and would often film episodes of the show there.
And welcome to Australia Zoo. Mate, every single thing you see here today, myself and my mum and dad built from the ground up. And Terry and I, well, we're just continuing the family tradition. Please, come and have a look at the things we love the most. Our animals. Let's have a look.
In 2006, Steve began filming for a series called Ocean's Deadliest. 8 days into filming while looking for tiger sharks, bad weather had brought production to a standstill. Steve said to his cameraman, Justin Lyons, "Let's go do something." So they got into an inflatable boat and went searching for something to film. Before long, they found an 8-foot wide stingray. Steve then got into the chest-deep waters to interact with the stingray, while Justin filmed him. Stingrays are not usually aggressive animals, and are more likely to run than fight, as they are very fast swimmers, so that's naturally what they expected this stingray to do when Steve approached it. However, when Steve got close, the stingray turned to face him and began stabbing violently with its tail. Lyons believes that the stingray probably mistook Steve's shadow for a tiger shark, who are known to prey on them, and was trying to defend itself. Lyons continued filming as Steve had told him that under no circumstances was he ever to stop, no matter how badly injured he was. According to eyewitness testimonies from crew members, the stingray struck Irwin in the chest multiple times, puncturing his heart, after which point he was immediately pulled from the water by his colleagues onto Croc 1, a 75-foot yacht created for the purposes of conducting both research and adventure tours. and then attempted to rush to the shore as Irwin bled out. An hour had passed before they made it to land, during which time Lyons performed CPR on Irwin, all the while a second cameraman continued shooting footage from the sidelines. Irwin was pronounced dead by the paramedics within seconds of their arrival. According to Lyons, his last words were, "I'm dying." The resulting footage was handed over to the Queensland authorities, who are said to have eventually returned it to Irwin's family, who are, in turn, said to have destroyed it. Lyons, when asked about his feelings on the possibility of the footage one day being aired, said that he hopes it is never released, out of respect to Irwin's family, and also revealed that he is no longer in possession of the recordings, and that he suspects there are no remaining copies in existence.
All right, well, she's very cute. We're going to have to take a break right now. And then in the commercial, we're going to see you try and get that thing out of here without being killed, which I think is going to be really fun. All right, Steve Irwin, thank you very much for being with us. Give him a hand, everybody. We'll take a break.
I miss him so much, bro.
Brancho tape.
Did she die by a whale or something? I think I heard about this story too. The whale took her underwater. She drowned. She died. I think I heard about her too.
People walk away loving this animal, and they're touched and they're moved, and I feel like I made a difference to them.
Dawn Brancho was a trainer at SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida, where she worked for 15 years training orcas, also known as killer whales. She was known to film every performance she did with the orcas so that she could see what she needed to improve on. She became very popular at SeaWorld thanks to the Shamu show and became the theme park's poster girl. On February 24, 2010, Brancho performed a Dime with Shamu show with Tilikum, the largest orca at SeaWorld Orlando. As part of the end show routine, she was at the edge of the pool, rubbing Tilikum's head. She was lying with her face next to Tilikum's on a side out, which is a platform submerged about a foot into water. Suddenly, Dawn was grabbed by the arm by Tilikum and dragged under the water.
And she walked around the perimeter of G-Pool. He followed her. And then continued over into the rocky ledge area where she laid down with him to do a relationship session, which is, it's quiet time basically.
Tilikum at some point grabbed a hold of her left forearm and started to drag her and eventually did a barrel roll and pulled her in.
He wouldn't release her, and because she was submerged under the water, she drowned. Eventually, the park's employees were able to lure Tilikum into a smaller pool and attempted to calm him down. After 45 minutes, he finally released her body. It wasn't until the autopsy that it was revealed just how much blunt force trauma Tilikum had caused to Brancho's body. As stated earlier, Dawn had every performance filmed, so the attack was caught on camera and part of the footage was used in the documentary film Blackfish, but cuts off just before Tilikum grabs Brancho. This is likely out of respect for her and her family, or because SeaWorld forbade the footage to be shown publicly. Dawn was the third person to be killed by Tilikum. His second victim, a drifter named Daniel P. Dukes, also had his attack caught on film, but this footage has never been seen and may have been destroyed. Blackfish shows other trainers being attacked by orcas, and SeaWorld's excuse for each of them was to claim it was a trainer's mistake. They also said
they're not calling a killer whale for no damn reason, bro. That's all. They killer whales. Watch the video.
Of Dawn's death, meaning they tried to make it out that her death was her own fault, claiming that Tilikum grabbed her by the ponytail and that wouldn't have happened if she tied her hair back.
The new plan is that he grabbed her ponytail. This is a subtle way of placing the blame on Dawn's shoulders. She shouldn't have had a long ponytail, or if she did have that ponytail, it should have been up in a bun.
Dawn, if she was standing here with me right now, would tell you that it was her. That was her mistake. How dare you?
They always trying to blame that on some people, bro. I hate that shit so bad, bro. That shit gets on my damn nerves. They always, nah, it's the animal fault. Come on now, look at this video. And it sets up the story.
For you to blame her when she's not even alive to defend herself.
Exactly.
There are photographs of plenty of other trainers doing exactly the same thing that she was doing. So I knew that SeaWorld was lying about the fact that this was her fault.
Right.
The ponytail, in all likelihood, is just a tail.
Dawn's death and Blackfish caused huge amounts of controversy and criticism for SeaWorld, with many people saying that the orcas should not be held in captivity and that Tilikum should be set free so that he never killed anyone again. After the incident, a new rule was introduced that prohibited trainers from getting into the water with the orcas and always had a barrier between them. Tillicum actually continued appearing in performances until his death from a bacterial infection in 2017 at the age of 35. The Timothy Treadwell tape.
If I show weakness, if I retreat, I may be hurt, I may be killed. I must hold my own if I'm going to stay within this land. For once there is weakness, they will exploit it, they will take me out, they will decapitate me, they will chop me into bits and pieces.
That's how he died?
Dead.
Timothy William Dexter, better known by his nickname Timothy Treadwell, was an American environmentalist, documentary maker, and, most importantly, a bear enthusiast. Treadwell was known for spending long periods of time in Halo Bay on the Katmai coast in Alaska, where he'd observed grizzly bears. He was known for getting extremely close to the bears he observed, sometimes even touching them and playing with bear cubs. He would often name the bears he met.
Y'all know it's so funny. They always be the white people. They always be the white people. They always get... They brave. It's some white people shit. Ain't no black person getting near no fucking wild animal. Like, damn. Like, hell no. Watch this video. Not getting personal damn animal.
Long-standing relationships with them.
I want to introduce you to one of the key role players in this year's expedition. The bear's name is the Grinch. The Grinch has come on.
The Grinch will take your damn life.
Frequent bears here in the grizzly maze. The Grinch is a female of about 5 years of age. Oh, hi, Grinch. Hi. And she has kind of an aggressive attitude.
That's a bird.
Hi. If I turn around too much, she'll bite me. It's okay. Hi, how are you?
Between 1990 and 2001, he'd become notable enough that he'd been traveling around the USA teaching children about bears, and had even appeared on the Discovery Channel and The Late Show with David Letterman.
When you're with these grizzly bears, you're surrounded by them. They're very close to you. Is that how you live with them?
Yes, I always give them respect and lots of room, because, you know, a grizzly's the boss out there.
But you interact with them?
It's important that every bear knows who I am and that I fit on their hierarchy if I'm to survive.
Some bears
Is
I'm
it going to
playing
happen
with.
that one day we read a news article about you being eaten by one of these bears?
No.
In October 2003, Treadwell and his girlfriend, Amy Huguenard, who unlike Treadwell actually feared bears, were in Katmai National Park to study them. They were there later than usual.
I saw this video.
The
Two
bears
bears
were
fighting.
up on food for hibernation. Food was scarce that year due to a series of droughts, which made them unusually aggressive. On October 5th, Treadwell informed an associate via a satellite phone call that they were having no problems with any of the bears in the area.
Oh, I must hide from the authorities. I must hide from people who would harm me. I must now even hide from people that seek me out because I've made some sort of, I don't want to say celebrity, but they come here to Alaska and they hear about Treadwell in the bush and they want to go find him. But they can't. I'm hidden down below. No one knows where I am. Even I don't even know where I am.
The next day, Willie Fulton, a Kodiak air taxi pilot, arrived at Treadwell and Huguenard's campsite to pick them up, but found the area abandoned, except for a bear, and contacted the local park rangers. After a quick investigation, their remains were found. Park rangers shot the bear and, upon dissecting it, discovered human body parts in its stomach. A video camera was found at the site, which contained a 6-minute-long recording consisting only of audio due to the lens cap not being removed while the camera was on. The audio on the tape consisted of Treadwell and Huguenard screaming as they were attacked by the bear. The tape later found its way into the hands of Treadwell's ex-girlfriend, Jule Palabak. In 2005, German filmmaker Werner Herzog created a documentary called Grizzly Man, where he covered Treadwell's work in Alaska. In it, he met Palabak and was granted access to listen to the tape. While we can't hear
y'all say it's crazy though how he was predicting his own death, that he was gonna die by getting eaten by a bear. That's what him and his wife did. They got ate by a bear. Shit crazy as hell. Let's watch the video.
We do see Herzog's reaction.
Can you turn it off?
After listening to it, he tells Palabak that she should destroy the tape.
Julie, you must never listen to this.
I know, Werner. I'm never going to.
And you must never look at the photos that I've seen at the coroner's office. I think you should not keep it. You should destroy it.
Yeah.
I think that's what you should do.
Okay.
Because it will be the white elephant in your room all your life.
She ultimately chose not to destroy it,
right.
but stored it in a safe deposit box and claims to have never listened to it. As with the rest of the entries on this list, it seems unlikely this will ever be made public.
But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is no other place in the world that is more dangerous, more exciting than the Grizzly Maze. come here and camp here. Come here and try to do what I do. You will die. You will die here.
Hell yeah, just like you did.
Die here. They will get you. I found a way. I found a way to survive it.
And there we have it, folks. That's 9 more pieces of disturbing lost media. I was finally able to include the Columbine basement tapes, which I had originally intended on putting in my last video. I apologize for not using any footage of
Man. That shit crazy as hell, bro. Man. Yeah, man. You like to give a thumbs up, you don't give a thumbs down. Y'all know what? I really don't care, just you too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was a good video, man. It was a good video, man. Comment down below on what you guys thought about this whole video, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll see you guys next video. I love y'all.